Hello there, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and what we have is a couple of marvelous March 1968 Jimi Hendrix Experience concert posters. This first one from March 10th from Washington, D.C. What's really funny about Hendrix is that he played in America for 2 years before they finally adapted a tour blank for him to use, which is of course when the same poster is used for several different cities, just with different dates and venues and ticket info stripped in. I actually have a picture of one here. It was May of 1969 before this design by Robert Byrd was used for the entire month of May 1969. Not too nuts about that design myself. That's okay. I'm much happier to have a real original poster and again a non-tour blank. That's what's funny though. Jimmy, he debuted at the Monterey Pop Festival in America in June of '67, and then it was May of '69. So every concert poster during those 2 years was pretty much a one-off, different design by whatever the promoter and the promoter's graphic artist had in mind for that day, that show, that time of year, that mood and everything. This is one of the best, and wouldn't you know it, it's the way the hobby works, maybe the way any hobby works. Here I am crowing a few weeks ago about Dale Beagley, the artist, and not having any of his concert posters, just a couple of his blacklight posters. Here's a Beagley, baby, just came in today by FedEx, and am I happy. This is one of Beagley's great ones, and not an artistic rendering of the artist, a photo of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I'll get in for a little closer look there, and a little bit of light reflection, but there they are right there in the center, and then the nice lettering, for which Beagley's known, and there it is, the Washington Hilton, the International Ballroom, if you will, and no surprise, as usual, the Soft Machine opening up this tour, and so opening the gig. An interesting light show also, the Mark Boyle Sense Laboratory light show. So that wasn't a common, I haven't seen that a lot, so I don't know if that was just a DC configuration or someone who did the lights for a few weeks for Jimmy, I don't know. But anyway, this is not cardboard, this is a paper poster, and I'm the first to admit it's been through the ringer. It's pretty, it's pretty beat up. It's got tears, I don't know how much you can see of that. It's got a corner down there missing. The lower left-hand corner is missing altogether and stuff, but with stuff this old, 40, 50 years now, you take what you can get, and sometimes I'll send things to paper restorers to make them a little prettier. But, the integrity of the poster is here. You pop this in a frame as it is, and it's just going to look beautiful. And it does have all the tears and everything from being put up on walls and so forth. It also has the toning, the sunburn, if you will, of the paper. So this was once, if not jet white paper, it was much lighter paper, and now it's quite toned from the sunlight, which, just happens a lot back then. You don't find many that were in a closet for all this time and never used. Interestingly, by the way, in March of '68, Axis Bold as Love, Hendrix's second album, had come out just in February, and Jimmy was ignoring it. He was playing nothing from that album. It's crazy. Nowadays, artists are out to promote their new record. They're closely tied in. You put out a record, you tour, or a CD, if you will, or MP3s. And back then, though, Jimmy just, he played Sgt. Pepper's. He opened the show with a cover of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and he played a lot of stuff from his first album, Are You Experienced? All the favorites, Foxy Lady, Purple Haze. He played Wild Thing, and he just played nothing from Axis Bold as Love. So that's an interesting non-marketing move by Hendrix. I wonder if he ever revealed in an interview why he was so slow to pick up some of those songs in concert, like If 6 Was 9, and some real gems on there. Anyway, going from one March '68 sunburned or toned Jimi Hendrix concert poster to the second one I have to show you today, and this is the end of March 31st, 1968, in Philadelphia at the Arena, which is sort of like a lovable old barn, not to be confused with the Electric Factory in Philadelphia, and to indeed confuse things, in February of '68, the Hendrix Experience did play the Electric Factory, and there's this big, beautiful, gorgeous paper psychedelic concert poster to advertise that show. And here, obviously, the promoter, I don't know if it was the same promoter, but at the Arena in Philly chose to just use the standard 14 by 22 inch cardboard, unlike the Hilton paper, telephone pole poster, boxing style concert poster. And as you can see, there's even the font at the top is a little bit cheesy or whatever, and there's the Jimi Hendrix Experience with a picture. But I do love the way the orange and black alternate on that font. And there are the ticket locations down there. And as a matter of fact, perhaps not even a coincidence, you'll notice tickets were available at the Electric Factory for this show as well at the arena. So that's kind of interesting. Again, the shows were about 5 weeks apart. So here we have the Hendrix cardboard boxing style poster toned by the sun. I will show you what I mean by the toning with a graphic illustration. Here is one that is not toned. Look at that difference. That's right, I really got lucky and I happened into 2 of this poster, and one of them is mint condition from being in storage, and you can just see the difference, you know, in the, if you will, the cardboard toning. This one was once the color of this one, but this is what sunlight or fluorescent lights for just a few months in a record store will do. But you know, us collectors tend to not mind that toning at all. It just sort of like makes it look older without hurting even a molecule of the integrity. But hey, if I've got a mint one, I'll always use that one to show first, right? So here we are with a beautiful mint one of the same poster. You know, it's, I guess I could just be redundant because it's the same poster. So it just happens to be a beautiful copy, so I was really lucky to get one new and one used. Really fortunate. What's interesting about this show on March 31st, I assume Jimmy's repertoire was about the same and he still wasn't playing stuff from Axis, but I'm not positive, is that the promoter, this is a historic night, March 31st of '68, LBJ, the Democratic President, of course, of the United States, announced he would not seek re-election. And of course it was really tied around Vietnam War and everything. And the promoter thought that important enough that after Hendrix played his last notes and the lights were going up, the promoter came out and told the audience that LBJ went on TV, Lyndon Baines Johnson, and made this dramatic announcement. And I actually read an account by one concert goer who left the concert feeling, we got that dreaded president out of office, hooray. But you know, wasn't so much a hooray if you're a rock fan in '68, because Hubert Humphrey got the nomination, got his butt kicked by Richard Nixon in the '68 election, and the rest is history. But anyway, that's just sort of a nice, you know, political side note. But there we have it, a couple of 1968, March of '68, Jimi Hendrix Experience concert posters from the first 2 years in America when he didn't use a tour blank. So any particular gig had any particular poster, whatever the local designer felt like doing, and frankly, that makes it a lot of fun to collect, and you're frequently seeing a new one you've never seen before. Not frequently enough, but often enough to make it fun. So, okay, that's our video blog for today. Thanks a lot for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time here on PosterCentral.com. Have a good day. Bye-bye.